So I've already touched on how long I've been doing YouTube slash content creation. I've had a YouTube channel since 2014, so I've been doing it over 10 years, and I've had various other different social media accounts over that period of time. All throughout that time that I've been pushing this content creation dream of mine, I've always just focused solely on the content, what I'm bringing to the table, what I can do, what my passion is, what I enjoy doing, and whatnot. And I've had some periods of time where my videos were doing very good, and I was getting a lot of exposure, but I wasn't necessarily trying to tailor my videos in a way that would reach a lot of people. I was just making videos the best way that I knew how, and I was making videos how I wanted to, pretty much. But now that this is my third channel, so I've had one channel which started off as an editing channel, but it was, there was some gaming and stuff on there as well. Then I had a second channel that ended up just being gaming. There was supposed to be more on that channel, but it just turned into a gaming channel. And now this channel where I'm doing a lot of commentary content and, content that focuses on my voice. So this is my third YouTube channel that I have tried to create here in search for success, because this is my passion. But during this third go around, and you know what they say, the third time's a charm. I've learned a lot throughout my years trying to do this. This third time, I've really, really, really understood why I've been having so much difficulty over the years, and it has to do with the algorithm. And this is what plagues a lot, tons and tons, thousands of creators having to deal with the algorithm. That is what I'll be talking about in this video today. This is a rant disguised as a deep talk because I really just wanted to share my opinion and my thoughts and what I've been feeling about the algorithm recently. And I wanted to see if there were any other people out there who could relate or understand how I'm feeling or what I'm saying, because it's just kind of crazy what we have to deal with now, especially considering I've been doing YouTube for over a decade. I've seen it change. So what I was trying to do 10 years ago isn't going to work now. My mentality, my mindset, everything that I was trying to accomplish throughout those years, the internet has been changing and evolving. So trying to reach the same goal isn't the same anymore. And it has a lot to do with this damn algorithm. All right. What frustrates me the most is I'm sitting here making content, doing it the best way I know how, right? Organically. I'm making content from the soul. This is just how I do it. This is my style. This is my skill level or whatever. This is what I do. And it's proven to work in some circumstances, but not in others. For example, right now on my channel, my shorts videos, my YouTube shorts, are doing very, very good when it comes to exposure and engagement. YouTube is pushing my YouTube shorts, and I'm learning a lot about this, right? I've been doing a lot of deep research about the algorithm and what makes it what it is and how to use it to my advantage. YouTube shorts is a completely different algorithm compared to just regular YouTube videos. So you have my regular YouTube videos, and then you have my YouTube shorts. What am I posting on YouTube Shorts? I am posting clips from my main YouTube videos. My long form content is what I'll be referring to it as for the rest of the video. My long form content videos is what makes my shorts. I make the videos, record and edit the videos, post them, and then I chop them up and post parts as shorts. Very common. That's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. That's the type of content that people enjoy doing. But the algorithms are different because the mindsets that people are in are different when viewing these types of content. So my shorts content, very short, obviously, usually about 2 to 3 minutes long at max. And I have subtitles on those videos. They're very quick. They're just snippets of probably the most intriguing parts of a long form content video that I have posted. YouTube is immediately pushing these videos out, and they're getting a lot of views, and the clips themselves are doing pretty good on a relatively consistent basis. So apparently the content that I'm doing is engaging and interesting enough to hold people's attention for 2 to 3 minutes, and it holds their attention and entertains them enough to want to interact with the video, whether it be leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, or leaving a comment, which is what I've been seeing a lot of. Most of my subscriber base and my engagement has come from YouTube Shorts, my views, everything. And that is partially to do with the algorithm and how YouTube is pushing those videos. And it has something to do with the type of videos that I'm making. Now, how does that relate to regular long form content? Well, what I've learned is even though these shorts, these snippets of the long form content are doing very, very well, what I'm looking for in terms of long form content, what I need to achieve the same level of engagement that I'm getting from YouTube Shorts is watch time, click through rate, a lot of that stuff. It's a different monster trying to do the long form content. Even though I take pride in making authentic, organic content that I enjoy making for fun, whatever comes to mind, that's what I edit in the video or whatever. That itself isn't necessarily going to take me super far in the beginning stages because I just created this channel, because YouTube's algorithm rewards certain types of content. So my videos, even though they aren't necessarily bad, they just aren't getting the same push that they're getting on YouTube Shorts because viewer retention isn't there and YouTube isn't recommending my videos to people because the channel is still so new. So it's still trying to figure out my audience, where to push the videos, what time to push the videos, all that stuff. So a lot of this has to do with the fact that the channel is so new, but that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about it, because so many new creators have to deal with this, and a lot of them may not know that this is what is going on in the background. The algorithm is really what dictates your success, at least maybe early on, I guess. You know, a lot of the support comes from subscribers and people, viewers, people who are watching the video. But in order for the video to reach those people who will support you, it has to go through the algorithm first. And that is the most frightening, annoying, ridiculous thing to have to deal with, because it means, in short, you have to create content that will be received well by the algorithm. So you have to make videos and edit the videos according to what does well with the algorithm. So I would be seeing more success on my channel right now if I made videos that were a little bit better in terms of the algorithm. And let me explain. So my channel right now is still too new for me to have enough data to understand what really is the problem right now and where I'm losing viewers, what I need to improve on in my videos and whatnot. Because when I go to my analytics and whatnot, some areas just say that there's just not enough information yet because the channel is still so new. However, if I were to be doing things a little bit differently, as in making probably more engaging thumbnails, something that catches the eye more, if I was doing more engaging hooks, like the first minute and a half of the video, if I was doing something, like crazy, I guess, or more engaging, maybe that would allow people to be more in tune with the video and watch longer, which is something that I really, really need in the beginning, because how it works is YouTube will show my video to a small group of people in the beginning. And if the video doesn't really get any views, or if people don't watch the whole thing, it won't continue to push. So you basically have a very short window of time that you can get engagement to where YouTube is going to push your video. And if you don't get enough engagement within that amount of time, then they kind of basically put your video on the shelf for later until they put it up there at a different time when you're doing better. And that does happen, which is why new creators shouldn't delete any videos that don't do well, because they have a chance to do well in the future. But yeah, basically, and I hope I'm not all over the place with this, but I'm trying to explain all of this because it's crazy to think about that you want to do these videos, you want to do content creation, but there's a specific way you have to do it, especially in the beginning, if you want to reach any audience, really. And it's just crazy because you have to make these videos tailored to that, or you're going to struggle. My time would be a lot easier if I was doing those things I mentioned, making more crazy popping out thumbnails that looked better and eye-catching, doing more in the first minute and a half of the video that seems more engaging, and that might just be like asking an engaging question, kind of baiting people to watch the rest of the video. Be like, oh, if you want to know the answer to this, you're gonna have to watch the whole video until the end, stuff like that. But I just don't really do that type of stuff, so it's hard, but I need to do it a little bit. At least I need to switch up my approach if I want to see more success when it comes to long form content. But that's what makes it so stressful, because the videos that I'm doing right now work perfectly fine for YouTube Shorts. Shorts. Now, they're doing pretty good. I'm getting about 500 to 1,000 views on a lot of my YouTube Shorts, but it's not like they're getting blown out of the roof and I'm reaching 2K, 3K views, 100 likes, all that. So there's probably still areas I can improve on with overall videos as well. But what I'm saying is my long form content is the base of my YouTube Shorts, because that's where I'm getting the clips from. So it works for that style of content, but I need to change my style of content in order to break through the algorithm and make something that the algorithm likes, so that my videos can be pushed to a bigger audience where people are watching my long form videos alongside my YouTube Shorts and they're getting about the same amount of views. Right now, YouTube Shorts is carrying my channel, is what I'm saying. YouTube Shorts, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I'm at least doing well on one algorithm, but I need to do well on the other algorithm. And it's really, really frustrating. And I feel like there are a lot of creators out there who are, having to deal with this, and they may not know what it actually is. They don't really know why their channel is, not doing as well and whatnot. If there's nothing else in this video, this is really what the message I'm trying to get across. Having to deal with YouTube's algorithm and a lot of other algorithms on other platforms as well can be very difficult, and at the same time very discouraging, because even though you can be making very good content, very engaging content, very cool content, if the algorithm doesn't deem it as such, you're going to have a lot harder of a time reaching an audience. And the audience is out there. There are millions and billions of people on this earth. You know how many millions and billions of people are going to enjoy the content that you make. And obviously oversaturation has a lot to do with this. And I am not saying that the algorithm is pointless. There's probably a good reason for the algorithm, and it helps overall with quality of life on YouTube specifically. But I do think that there has to be something that they can do to kind of tweak it a little bit to make it easier for new content creators and content creators in general, because that algorithm is pretty strict, and it's kind of hard to maneuver if you don't know exactly what to do, and if you aren't willing to kind of tweak your content to fit that algorithm that you need to fit into, So anybody out there who is getting into content creation or trying to work through this battle, this war with the algorithm, and you're trying to push through the droughts where you're making these videos, they seem to be doing well in some areas, but overall they're not really bringing in the views, or people aren't really seeing the videos or anything like that. And I'm making this video for myself as well as motivation. We have to keep our head up and keep moving and keep breaking down this algorithm wall, because if we give up, it's, you're not going to go anywhere. And I've noticed that as well, because a lot of the reason why I slowed down on my other channels is because the videos just weren't getting pushed like how they used to. And I've had a lot of different experiences with viewership on my other channels. It's not like I've been doing YouTube for 10 years and have nothing to show for it. My most viewed video ever has about over 140,000 views on it. It really broke through. And to be honest, I thought that would be enough to take me to that next level, but it wasn't, sadly. That amount of views was enough to get me a consistent viewer base for like a year or two, which was really, really nice. But trying to keep that consistently is really, really hard, because it depends on the type of content that you're doing. I got all those views on my editing channel, and the problem with that was as an editor, I didn't evolve. And because I wasn't keeping up with the newer generation of editors, my videos kind of slowed down over the years, and the views went down. And as far as my gaming channel, that was doing all right for a while, but then I struck gold with my Doomfist videos. I was doing a lot of Doomfist videos, and Overwatch 2 had just came out, and a lot of people were searching for tutorials and whatnot. And so I got like 20,000 views between two videos doing Doomfist tips and tricks videos, and then I was doing a bunch of other Overwatch videos after that, and that was kind of my niche. So YouTube was constantly pushing my videos out for about 2 years or so, and that was really good. So I've had moments where I've broken through the algorithm, but once you break through the algorithm, then you have to worry about consistently being, on the other side and keeping videos that the algorithm likes going. So you have the first obstacle of trying to break through the algorithm, then you have to be consistent after that. It's crazy. So for people just trying to get into this, and we know how saturated the internet is, everybody's trying to do their thing on the internet. It makes it so much harder for, I mean, the algorithm to even work properly because there's so many millions and billions of people trying to do this all at the same time. So even if you really, really, really believe that your videos have what it takes, the algorithm will humble you. And it sucks because the algorithm will humble you. But we can't let that stop us from, chasing our dreams. And I have to remember that myself, even though this is my third time trying to do this and I'm really getting into how the algorithm works. I'm much older now and I can understand it now for what it is. It's hard sometimes. It is very, very difficult to work through it and find the motivation because you're just like, man, I'm making these videos. I feel like they're really good, but they're not really reaching anyone, so I feel like they're not as good. It's a mental game for sure. Trying to do this content creation, if you make it, is literally one of the easiest jobs in the world. But making it is one of the toughest battles, especially now. And it's only going to get worse as the years go by and more people get into it. People were doing content creation. It was more of like a very, very niche thing back in the day, but now everybody's doing it. So it's so hard to try to make it happen in this modern era. And then the algorithm makes it even harder because you have to do things according to that instead of according to what your mind can create and what you feel like doing. Now, it works for some people. Some people can just make their organic videos and it ends up working very well with the algorithm. I can kind of say that, I guess, for my YouTube shorts because, I'm just making my videos and the YouTube shorts algorithm really, really likes that. But my long form content, I guess, needs some tweaks so that I can better appeal to the algorithm on that side. So I don't know, man. Just try to stay motivated, keep it pushing. There's so many people out there that can relate to you when it comes to this battle against the algorithm. It's hard. It's hard. It's not easy, but in the end, it'll be worth it. And that's what I mean. Like the journey is the hardest part. Once you make it to the top, though, it's real, real nice. I bet it is. I never made it there. I'm not saying, I'm not speaking from experience, but I'm saying if you stick with this and you power through all of the hardships, all of the um, discouraged moments, lack of motivation, all of that stuff that you might have to deal with for years, you might have to deal with it for years. But if you weather that storm and you make it out the other side, I bet you it'll feel worth it. And so, yeah, I've been doing this. This is my third channel, and I think this is probably gonna be my last channel, just because you know, this is really what I want to do in life. Is just share my voice with you all, share my opinion, my thoughts about my experience here on Earth. I've done everything basically that I want to do as far as content creation. Editing is fun, gaming is fun. I can still do a little bit of that on this channel as well. And I still have my other two channels if I decide to make an edit or do some other gaming videos that I don't want to put on this channel. Like, those outlets are still there. So this will probably be my last try here at trying to make the YouTube dream happen. And yeah, I'm just getting what it's really like, because both my channels are so old, so I've had them for a while, and the algorithm is a little bit different when the channels have already been around for a while. So experiencing what it's like to deal with the modern day algorithm on a fresh, newly created channel has been something. It's been something. I'm surprised that it's so anal, but that's just how it is now. That's how it is now. And there's probably some justifiable reasoning for that. I'm not saying that I'm like upset with it. I'm just saying it's hard to deal with sometimes, having to deal with this algorithm, because I know my videos and I see, how many people I encounter when I'm at work or something and they're like, hey, I really like your voice, and I tell them about the channel and they're like, dang, that's awesome, I would love to watch your videos, and they subscribe to the channel. There are people out there who will enjoy these videos, and I know that there will be. It's just a matter of time, I think, for me. But sometimes it's just very discouraging when I'm making these videos, putting all this heart and soul into them, and they don't reach the audience. It makes me feel like it's wasted time. But we can't feel like that, because it's not wasted time. It's only a matter of time before these videos reach the audience that they're supposed to reach. It doesn't matter how much time passes. If the videos are meant to reach their audience, then they will. And that is the mindset that I like to have. That is what keeps me motivated when I lose all hope. When I look at my analytics, or I look at, how my videos are doing, and I see they're not doing too well, I try to remind myself of that. And that's what motivates me to keep pushing through this war against the algorithm so that we can eventually reach the audience that we deserve. And that's really all it is. That's really all it is. Each video that a new creator makes, they're just trying to reach their audience that will eventually enjoy their videos and have them coming back for more every day. So yeah. I wanted to talk about this because it had been bothering me a little bit, trying to deal with, the algorithm. It's something, man. I mean, that's just how it is now. But I'm going to keep doing my content. I'm going to switch it up a little bit moving forward. I'm going to try to narrow it down and focus on only a couple, maybe a few different styles of video until YouTube kind of knows where to push my videos. And then from there, we'll branch out and do some other stuff. But I have a lot of skills, a lot of talents. There's a lot I want to do on the channel. But for now, I have to focus on what will be received well by the algorithm. Hopefully you guys understand. I appreciate you for listening. If you listen this long, let me know if you can relate to anything I was saying, if you have any thoughts or opinions about what I was saying. And yeah, we just got to keep powering through this algorithm. That's all. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video that I make.